Onegaishimasu.
Okay, good. I'm not going to talk too much. Just bouncing up and down. Find a spot. Right. Go ahead and bring the hands up, just taking it front and back, bowing the body front and back. Good. Bring the arms to the sides, side to side. Good. Right. And into the rotation. Release the arms. Good, taking it to a little bit open and closing. Good, working the arms into it as well. Okay, I would just take it to a little bit spiraling up and down. Just making the transition nice and smooth. Let the arms really flow around the body. Yeah, and just takes a little bit of free room, just focusing on a wave through the spine, but just let it go any direction, let it go a little bit up and down. Again, let the hands follow the movement as well. Great. Good. Take it to a nice deep breath in, reaching right up, hinging all the way down. Breathe in, coming through the center line. And then just a couple a little bit more dynamic. Think about kind of shooting the arms up with a sharp in breath, and then releasing them down, releasing the head. And when you want to breathe in, pull up, shoot the arms up, release down. Just in your own time as you do it. Sharp in, release down. One more time. Last one, just release the body down, release the arms, and the face, the head, the neck, shoulders, keeping the knees relaxed, and just sending impulse down through the whole body. Couple of nice slow breaths. Gently bring the arms off the ground and just play with a slight rotation, the arms. Nothing too stressful, nice and slow. You keep the head, neck, shoulders relaxed. And as you come up, keep that movement going, just do it with a nice slow inhale. Draw the body up, keep that slight rotation movement going. Draw the body all the way up. Great, good. Do a little bit of foundation training, very similar to that kind of sun salutation work. So just get the legs a little bit wider. I'm just going to push them out a little bit. Think about really spreading them out first. First thing, just pull the toes out. Feel that the feet are really kind of grounding, and the ball of the foot outside edge of the big toe, and the heel, obviously, really pressing the heel down. Think about rolling the hips back, pulling the hips back. Reach the hands out forwards, squeeze them together. Feel the lats really activate to that point. Take a nice deep breath. And then keeping that activation, split the hands at the top. Really reach up as high as you can. Take another deep inhale. And the exhale, pull the body down, keeping the hips back all the time. All the way. Reach the hands out a little bit further with another inhale. Pull the hips back a little bit more. Next inhale, pull back to the shins, keep the hips back. Pull the spine as straight as you can. Really press into the shin bone. Next inhale, pull the body up just to the top of the knee, the fingers. Spread the arms back, keep the hips back again. Pull the shoulders out wide as you can. Full big breath in. Reach the hands out. Squeeze things together again. Feel that lat activation at the underneath the shoulder. Keep it, keep the hips back, pull the hands up. In breath. Reach up as high as you can, pull the hips back as far as you can, without falling over. Next out breath, pull the hands down to the ground, hinge the body, let the upper spine round, let the head come between the shoulders. Keep the hips back, pull the hands forward a little bit. Really as if you're falling forward now. Lift the toes, pull the hips back as far as you can. Next in breath, pull to the shins, press into the shin bone, pull the back really strong. Next in-breath, pull up to the knees. Keep that position, bring the hands just onto the clavicle, thumbs onto the clavicle, and we're just going to go 10, hinge down. Don't go full 90 degrees, don't go fully up, just working in between 90, 0. Slow up and down, same amount of tension up and down. That's about 10. Hold the down position, reach the hands out. Now go as far out as you can with the hands. Pull it back as far as you can. Take a big, strong, deep breath. Big pull the ground apart with the feet. Deep, deep, deep breath in. Pull the ground apart. Squeeze the fingertips together. Pull the hips back. One more deep breath. And pull the body back to center. Shake out the lower back. Shake out anything that's tense. Oh, good. Just go to a long lunge position. The best way is think about putting the feet together. Step one leg back. So you usually generally go into a longer stance if you step back rather than forward. Pull the feet together in this case. If you think about straighten the legs, and then just unlock the knees, just so that you feel kind of agile, nice agile position. Just in this case, hinging forward, so just reach out over the front hip, straight line through the body. Think about again, long through the core, just hinging up and over the first few. Okay, so the legs are ready to receive it. Just think about reaching out now with the hands, straight line through the body, like you're kind of aiming forward. Weights in the front foot. Same thing, reach up as high as you can, split the hands. Let the hip come, front hip come back a little bit more, reach the hands up a little bit more. Take a nice deep breath. So in this case, rather than hinging down, which isn't quite so easy, bring the hands back down, front of you, and then just rotate out to the sides. Let the front leg be stable. Back foot, back hip's going to mobilize. Torso up. And about 10. That's about 10. Come back to the front, squeeze the fingertips together, keep the weight on the front leg, and then think about bringing this nice big spiral as the movement. In breath in, pull the body up as tall as you can without losing any of the weight in the front leg. Big deep breath at the top. And then just one mobilization, the back heel is going to start to try and reach to the ground. It doesn't have to touch, just pulse it up and down a couple of times. With the in breath, in, pull up, out, pull down to the ground. You're just squeezing the heel up and down, squeezing it down to the ground. Good. And then pull back to center. Pull the body back up straight, take the weight into 50-50. Bring the feet back together. Take that leg that hurts back. Long wide stance. Again, just get a few times, just hinging over the front hip. Just get used to the weight going into that front hip. Body just go straight forward. Trunk's nice and long. And then once it's comfortable, just go into hinging out with the hands. Hinging out with the hands. Hinge and hold. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Trunk's nice and long, weight's really low in the front foot. Squeeze the fingertips together, feel that activation, keep it as you scoop the hands up, hinge the hip back. A little bit more, reach up as high as you can. One deep breath. Drop the hands back down, and then go into a little bit of rotation work. Let the back hip, back foot mobilize you. Again, keeping that front leg stable. Rotate out to the side, come back. If you feel a shaking in the leg like I'm doing right now, pull the ground apart as you're doing it. Pull the ground apart with the feet. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be 10. Okay, squeeze the fingertips together. And then Spiral up to the front. Keep the weight in the front leg. Reach up as high as you can. Oh, man. Okay. Keep going. Take a nice deep breath in. And then once you're comfortable there, not really, think about pulsing the back leg down, up and down. And try and time it with the out breath, in breath and out breath. Think about an equal amount of tension going in and out of that movement. Good. Come back down to center, bring the feet back together, shake them out a little bit. Okay, good. We'll do one that's a little bit easier. Just gonna press the little finger, the outside of the little finger to the hips. Okay, just find that position. Think about just pulling the back long, not squeezing the elbows together, but just pulling back as wide as possible. Ground yourself in one leg. Lift one leg off the ground. You're going to bring the shin to the heel to the shin bone. Keep that wide posture, and then think about a breath in as you pull the shin, pull the heel up the shin, just up to the knee, bottom of the kneecap, and then pull it down with the out breath. Let's do 3. Nice full in breath. Pull the heel across the shin. And constantly the legs tracking the center line, the knee, pulling towards the center line, not out. Okay, one more time. Okay, now keep that leg off the ground. Reach out with the hands with this one. You're going to reach the same hand forward. Just wiggle your hands with your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach that leg out, reach the hand back. Just feel that balance point in the body. Okay, pull back. Wiggle them a little bit more. Reach them out. Reach the hand and the leg away. Fully balancing that front leg. Pull it back one more time. Just going to scoot over this way. Now reach out as far as you can. Touch the toe to the ground. Bring the body down. Bring the knee to the ground. Reach the hand up as high as you can. And then use that length in the body to pull the body back up. Use the weight in the front leg. Pull the body back up. Bring the feet together. Shake out that leg a little bit. Good. And then again, just come back to that position. Little fingers hugging to the hips. Feel that the weight's really centered in this point. Back's nice and long. Weight in the other leg in this case. Bring that leg off the ground. Heel to the shin bone. In breath, pull the shin up the knee. Keep the leg with the knee tracking to the center line. Out breath comes down. In breath, pull it up. Out breath, push it down. In breath, pull it up. Out breath, push it down. Good. Keep the leg off the ground. Just wiggle. Same side. Fingers and toes. Same thing. Balancing one leg. Reach the foot out. Reach the hand out as far away as you can. Keep the balance. Pull the body back. Reach out. Pull back. One more time. Reach out as far out as you can. Touch the toe to the ground. Touch the heel. Touch the knee to the ground. Reach up as high as you can. Reach, 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 reach. Use the next in-breath. Pull the body up long. Bring the legs back to center. Shake out the legs a little bit. Okay, good. And then we'll just do that dynamically. So you do one side each. So you're going to go trace, down, reach up, come back. Other side, trace, down, reach down, come back. We'll do it nice and slow. So you go into the shin, reaching out, coming down, pulling back up. Going across the shin, reaching out, coming down. We're about 4 or 5 on each side. So you go to the shin, great one for balance. Oh yeah, really good one for balance. Okay, good, 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 great. If you find this easy, do it with your eyes closed. It makes it totally different exercise. So eyes closed, boy. Eyes closed, yeah, totally goes out. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Even the leg trace is difficult with your eyes closed. Oh, especially that one. Yeah, that's it. Good. Oh, okay, perfect. Good. Okay, good. Last one we'll do is just a shoulder trace. Go into the right side. We're just doing the right side in this case. So press the thumbs this time into the outside of the leg, to the thigh bone. Think we'll do this in a nice flow. So think about one in breath, pulling up, drawing the elbows up, squeeze the fingertips at the back, pull them out to the front, just to this point, and then think about tracing back with another in breath. Bring them back across the back. Draw them all back down. So again, a little bit agile in that position. Nice deep breath in. As you get to the fingers, think about arcing up away with the out breath. Draw the in breath. Pull them back. Out breath. Draw them back down. Just a couple more times. And then lastly, just do this with an in breath. And then an out breath. In breath. And out breath. Last one, slow as you can. Good. And breathe normally. Shake everything out a little bit. Great. Good. We just go into the wrists. Shake them out. We really set the elbows. And come across the chest. Rotating the shoulders. Casting the arms away into the hips. Is a strange one, good one after family strength. Make a light fist and just go into the gluteus maximus. You can take the hips into the fist as well. Go down a little bit into the outside of the thigh. That's the inner thigh. Open the hand up towards the knee. Just do a little bit of a rubbing motion. Circles one way and the other. Gently on the sides, in the front. Keep the open hand on the shin bone. And down. Looking to the outside and to the calf on the back. back of the knee. It's the back of the leg. The hamstrings. It looks a bit tough. Go back onto the fist a little bit. Gently coming back onto the back, very gently. Looking to the front, gorilla pose. Go into the sides as well. Fingers into the ribs a little bit, very gently. Also again onto the sides. Look really flat the palm into the armpit, top of the shoulder, and the outside of the arm, top side, on the side, across the other side, armpit, shoulder, top side, underneath. Neck, very gently. The head, back of the head. Now, super gentle palms just into the eyes. Just light circles, not on the eye, in the socket. On the socket. Never gets any attention, the nose, until you've got a cold and you can't breathe. Breathe a little bit. One of the strongest bones in the body, muscles in the body, the jaw. And it's the side of the neck. Yeah, and then just with the hands. And the backs. And rolling out the wrists. A little bit of space. Work the fingers as well. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and reach the palms up. Come up onto the toes. Split the hands. Pull the feet down. Bring the hands back down to the side of the body. Just a few. Reach up. And ground down. Reach up. And ground down. One more time, nice and slow. Just settle into the feet. Release out the arms. Let the joint system hang down to the ground. Okay, good. We'll do some jump. Not done some jump in a while. Okay, I'm gonna grab a jump. Wait, no, it's hot. Yeah. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, good. We'll just do some nice basics. So just working with the first degree. So just take your time with it. Keep it slow, but keep it nice and firm in terms of the grounding. Find the ground. Thrust into it. Pull the body back. Push. Roll. Push. Push. going. Think about also something we're looking at yesterday in terms of like balance. Think about this is if you think about the easiest way to move in this position. So let's say you're really 50-50, in which case I'm probably not. I'm probably more weighted to the back foot. Think about really being 50-50, and then think about just pick up the front foot. The body will just kind of fall into it, right? So if all I need to move is to basically just pick up that foot and go, that's the only kind of move I really need to kind of hack into in a sense. Now, if I'm kind of pulling back, trying to find weight in the back, it's actually already there. You're just kind of artificially creating it then. So think about being 50-50, and then think about just that kind of motion. Now, with that softness, also think about bringing the handwork into it and just kind of finding the 𝘗 with it. So you're just literally gonna fall into it. Now, there's a difference between falling disconnected, in which case you go like this, right? The body falls, or falling as one piece. If you think of like a tree, always just falls as one piece. It doesn't, unless it's really old, and then it goes like, and then it maybe breaks somewhere in the middle. But think about the tree when it falls, just goes like into the ground. You want to be a bit like that, so flexible, and then just think about this. Now, if you, that was a really bad one, but if you think about really falling, there'll be there's a sensation that comes from falling from here, and the body goes to the ground. There's a kind of I can't really talk about this, but there's a feeling in the center of the body where it goes like towards the ground. Now, when you're doing the ski, you want to kind of hack into that feeling. So you want that feeling, and I want to kind of ride it into the position. So there's a kind of fall into it. But the first thing with it is just feel you can actually fall forwards into the movement. But you're actually not falling forward, you're falling down, obviously. But by moving the leg out of the way, you go forwards, but you're actually just falling down in this case. So let's see that. That's it. Okay. No. That's it. There we go. Okay, great. There we go. Now, the problem is this with the ski, well, really, it's true of any position. If I go into a position, let's say I'm in movement and then I want to go into a position, the problem is if I brace the structure, and especially if I brace the structure with power, then you get this kind of feedback back into the back. So there's a reaction back because of the bracing structure hits the ground, and then it hits it, and then there's a bounce back, and the body kind of receives it. Think about going in very supplely. Supplely? Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. Go in as a supple thing. So as you go in, the feedback that you get from the body is actually not from a braced structure. It's into kind of relaxed structure, which is difficult because you need some amount of tension in the body to not fall over, to not go forwards, to not resist the pull of the 𝘗. So there's minimum amount of tension as you need, but let the upper body be super relaxed in this case. And I don't want to, especially a bracing structure in the arm, which is very difficult to not do when you're grasping onto a weapon and you're trying to apply power out of it the other end. But think about being, particularly the shoulder in this case. Just feel the shoulder as you go. So the best exercise for this is, apart from just feeling it as you go into it, think about going to the ski and then just release one of the arms. And you can also do this with the front hand if you're careful with it. And just feel the shoulders already free. Yes, if I feel like I'm bracing the shoulder, and then as I release it, it needs to also release. That means I brace the structure of the arm. So Just listen to the shoulders as you go into it. And the elbow, the hand should just be able to kind of just fall into the body. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. Yeah, so there's two exercises in this case to play with. One is finishing the ski and then releasing it. That's a good one because it's going to really tell you what the position is at the end of the movement. The other one is go into it swinging. So you go into it with a kind of swing, and then I see if I can carry the movement of the shoulder being released here all the way through the movement. Not so hard, not so bad with the front shoulder, but with the back shoulder. The front shoulder is a little bit tricky because it's doing the job of kind of carrying the jaw. The tendency is the front shoulder starts to kind of tense up and carry, so you get these kind of movements coming into the body. And just, if you can just play with releasing it. Yeah, that's it. So you've got two to play with. You've got after the ski, am I actually release the shoulder? And into the ski, the initiation of it, am I actually releasing? Am I releasing the shoulder? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Got it. Good. That's it. Okay. That's it. Good. Okay, great. Take it to number two, just go into the ski itself. You can't really play with it, it's a bit harder to play with this form that's kind of swinging. So just play with, again, go straight into the feeling that the shoulders will release. Again, especially the front shoulder. The tendency is kind of tense as you carry the jaw up. So think about really reaching the underside of the joint and think about lifting the jaw from below. But you want the jaw to be in movement straight away. So you don't want the jaw to be static in this movement. Straight away goes into movement. So you're picking the jaw up from the ground, from the feet, and then you're going to the ski. You can test the shoulder in the end position, but it's a bit trickier to kind of to test into the movement itself. There's a little bit more of a pickup of the jaw in this movement, but you can test it here, for example. Nice. Yeah, good. So, great. We go to number three. So again, just you can't really swing through this one, but think again that kind of release structure of the shoulder, and then think about just snapping up in this case. So just play with that very first movement. Tends to go something like this, like a reach out in a way. So think about really like you draw the jaw to the body. You draw the jaw to the body, and then as you do that, this hand just kind of picks the jaw up. So there's a kind of scissoring of the legs. There's a scissoring of the arms, and I just want the jaw to snap straight into the forearm. Because it's just that. It's just that. So it should be very instant. Just snap up to the forearm. That's it. So this one really focuses much more on the hip in this case than the jaw. So the first two don't really, although they do involve the hip work, it's just basically sliding it. In this case, you've got this hip work. So just play. What I really need to do is get the hip work communicating to the hands. But the first step with that is the shoulder. So what I don't want to do is the shoulder pops out and the hip gets kind of pulled out. So think about just get the hip talking to the shoulder, and then see if you can get it See if you can get it into the hand. And then you just want to snap into it. And I should feel the hip, just that rotation work of the hip. Just that is enough. Just that is enough. So it's a small movement, but it's quite full in terms of feeling. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Got it. Good. And then with the problem is if I don't have that fullness in the movement, there's nothing to go back in the movement. I've got to kind of create it all to go back. So think about that fullness as you go into it. It's like this. There's a kind of squeezing kind of qualities of the movement, and then express it out to the back. That's especially important for the 𝘭𝘠𝑦𝘓𝗔𝗏 going forward. But for this one, just think about really open out to the back. So there's like it's like a accordion. There's like this kind of pressure, and I don't kind of create it. It's just the movement, just the movement, just the movement, and then again kind of ride it out to the back in this case. Play with pausing at that point sometimes, and then play with just going through with it. But again, I want to take that fullness of the movement, that kind of closed position, and then release it to the back. All the other end is to think about like a spring. Yeah, good. That's perfect. Well, all right. Okay, good. We'll just play with a 3 count form. We'll just do the first two steps. So it's the 𝗧𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗏 just in order, but in this case with rotation. So you start with number 1, same way, coming here into it. Now as you rotate, you're going to rotate from the front leg. This hand's going to come over, and you're going to find yourself in this kamae, and then into this ski. So in this case, just do this as a kind of the 2-direction exercise. It's number 1, and then as you rotate from that front leg, capture the 𝑗ō in that reverse grip. And then you're into the second 𝗧𝗪𝗡. Bring in, rotate to the back. And number 1, rotate that to the back, into 2. Just that. Yeah. Okay. Watch the footwork in this game. This is like a Takemusu, so you do this, and then I'm going to rotate from this leg. So I'm going to do this movement, and then as I do it, again the 𝑗ō is going to kind of carry over this, and then I'm going to switch, and I'm back on the left side. So each time it's the left foot. So you go left side, fully change, left side, and back with it. There we go. Good. There we go. Okay, nice. Whoosh. 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 Okay, good. We'll add the third move in. So I'll just show from this way. From number 2 now, you've got this position. Now you're going to go this way with the ski. You're going to do it with a step from the back leg. So you're in this position, switch the grip. And as you come up, find the forearm. So you bring the leg in, find the forearm and then express the ski out that side. So your first one's this way. Your second one's this way. And then your third one's this way. Switch the grip, find the forearm, ski to the rear with your shura. So you've got 1, 2, and then 3's this way. So it's always going to be to your, when you finish number 2, it's going to be to your right inside. And you just go around the houses to do it. 2's all the way around, 3, there we go, that's it. That's it. Oh, you, yeah. Not really. Yeah, nice. Let's see. Oh, okay, good. We're just going to finish with just one move, handwork. Think about Morihiro Saito, but in this case, I'm not so interested in the basic pattern, which is interesting, necessary. Just think about one thing, which is the feeling of the form, which is, again, goes back to this kind of feeling of closing in and then expansion out. You think about number 3, how we use that movement, or we use that quality of the movement. We don't really use it in terms of the weapons form. Partner practice, Kumijo, doesn't really kind of appear a lot of the times, but that feeling of the movement really is there, and especially this kind of extension at the back in terms of 𝘭𝘪𝘢 work. So think about just a basic form in this case, but think about really coming into this position. You've got extension, but you're really into a kind of closed position, footwork closed, and then think about really using that feeling to expand out and ground to the back. A full extension out with the hand. So think about spiraling into that position. And again, you're closing into the body. You're not doing anything in terms of trying to tighten the body. You're just allowing the movement itself to close the structure, extension out, and then think about really expansion out the back. And then the palms are the focus, at the back of the hands are the focus. Palms are up, and then the underside of the arm is heavy, just as you do with the jaw. Boom. This kind of feeling. Okay, give it a try. And we'll just look at it a little bit more movement in a few minutes. So, yeah, very good. Here we go. Whoosh. Whoosh. Yeah, and it's another issue of folding actually. So what most of us do when we do this movement, me included, especially when you get someone stronger than you, just do something like this, push out of the ground to do the movement. So it looks like something like this, and as they do it, their body's actually out of the ground. So think about, in this case, this position, and then just think about kind of falling into this front leg. Now, if the structure's there in the leg, if I've trained the structure enough and it's solid, then when I fall into it, it just catches the body. So it just catches the body, and then think about being very soft in the upper body and just using that falling action. You shift the back leg, and the body just moves in that direction. But think about really, as you spiral into it, spiraling down to the leg, and you're really, the feeling is falling down into the structure. I want the body to go like drop into the ground, but I want the leg to just catch in this case. And especially then into that next movement, can I get the structure actually falling down more and more? It's a different feeling, really a different quality of them pushing out of the ground. we're not very comfortable with falling into the ground. So there we go, nice. We'll do just one more minute. This is skipping a lot of things in between. But if you think about, rather than doing a Morihei, you do this in a single hand grab, the basic 𝘭𝘪𝘢𝘵, the full 𝘭𝘪𝘢𝘵 form is to basically just go from here and just go straight into the movement this way. So the arm kind of comes up, it drives the hip in, and you just go into the movement here. So all this kind of rotation, spiral work gets pressed into just one movement, which is just like this motion. So it's still not flat through, and it's still not a linear movement. It's really a spiral movement, but it's just this and this kind of coming through to it this way. So just play the last few, and think about this is really one movement now. So it's not kind of one and then two. It's really just, here you're 50-50, and then you just let the weight drop in to the ground and go straight into it this way. Just the last few, and you want a very kind of a direct, very explosive movement. You can do it slowly, but it needs to all kind of really kind of come together, and it's got that feeling of like a ski, straight through and straight into the ground, but with a heavy, relaxed body. This is very kind of a very powerful movement actually. And if you can get the weight of the body low, if you can get the weight in the limb down, this is like a really super strong movement. And this one's especially clear. If you brace the structure, this happens. Yeah, the body gets like, whoa, you ram into this, and it's like a car crash, disaster. So think about something which is very soft, and there's just a kind of suppression of the movement, and the whole body just kind of falls down into the ground, and the structures there to just catch it. Last few. 1, 2. Oh, okay, great. That's good. That's it's actually a really great move, because once you get the timing for it, that you can't do this. You can't wait. What's the term? I can't think of it. You can only do this relaxed, right? That you can more and more relaxed, the more strong it is. So the more relaxed I am with it, the stronger the movement is. So this is actually a really great technique to work with in terms of relaxation. If I get the timing right in terms of body work. If you don't, it's an awful movement. But if you get the timing, you can really relax into the movement. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, we will stop right there. Enough of that. Okay. Right. Domo, arigato. Okie dokie. Great.